We are live. And the redirect feature is going to kick in. I'm going to get so many of you trapped by my beautiful visage. And I will do my best to entertain everyone because we got some very interesting articles today. And I'm not going to talk about the depth. Everyone talks about the depth, but I'm going to redirect you again when the stream is over so you can talk about the depth. But yeah, I absolutely love what's going on right now with the project Veritas expose because Twitter can't delete them. Like they're literally in the one position where they can't delete the exposés because their entire narrative right now is like, no, Elon Musk is a crazy person. He is absolutely batshit insane. We love free speech here at Twitter, and of course we care about the shareholders. And it's not about ideology. It's just that we just try to get rid of misinformation, which is harmful. Yeah. So basically they can't remove them. They hate them. I mean, they're probably living about it. So it's going to be interesting. I really hope that Elon Musk deal goes through, man. Because if it doesn't, I will be a little bit upset. The world is going to be a little bit more sad. By the way, I just full disclosure. I don't think for a second that Elon Musk is going to make Twitter better. At least, like not free speech type of thing. I believe that maybe it's going to be just slightly better than it is now. Like, it's not going to be more censorious, but I don't think like it's going to be the Twitter of 2016. And there is that level of concern where Elon Musk is saying, oh, well, I want everyone to be able to show that they're a real human, so the anonymity might go away. Like, I get all of that, but, man, I just want it to happen. Like, it will make all the correct people upset. Going to make all the right people upset. What I hate about the leftists is that they cannot stand and defend their ideas when confronted about it. I'll tell you something interesting. I started my channel back in 2016 when the left was championing like diversity in comic books. They were trying to set up the trust and safety councils. And I just wanted to debate one of them. I just wanted to debate about, like, tell me about the patriarchy. Tell me about why do you think America is a rape culture, right? Like, that was the questions that I wanted to ask. And apparently, none of them wanted to come on my stream to defend their ideas. Not a single one. I mean, you would think that causes so noble and just could easily be defended. For years, I couldn't get a single left-leaning person to come on my channel. And then the Trust and Safety Councils kicked in, and, like, you got an almanac of rules and regulations on YouTube with what you are allowed and what you aren't allowed to talk about. And all of a sudden, all the leftists want to have a debate. All of a sudden, every single leftist wants to have a debate. You know why? Because they can say that men can get pregnant. But if I say what J.K. Rowling thinks, oh, now it's hate speech. Now it's terms of service violations. Oh. So all of a sudden, they want to debate. Very interesting. I swear, V, if you dump us on a rabbit stream after this, I'm going to write Susan Wojcicki and tell what you did. I will not drop you to a rabbit after the stream, I promise. But I will drop it to someone else. I will leave you in good hands. I actually like the Reddit... sorry, not the Reddit, the Twitch ability to raid people. At the end of the stream, you can do a raid, redirect. That's kind of cool. Hold on, give me 1 second, and then we're going to talk about the interesting stories of the day, which I surprisingly have plenty of. Usually, I am a little bit dry during the middle of the week, especially towards Sunday when This Week is Stupid happens, because I don't want to tell you stuff that I want to say for This Week is Stupid, but no, now today I do have a lot of interesting things. Why is it that I cannot find what I am looking for. It's very annoying. Shut up, V. I don't want to hear two V's. Like, the world is not big enough for two V's. Yeah, I'll probably drop you on an owl, which is covering the Johnny Depp trial. My God, I think I should have gotten on that bandwagon, shouldn't I? Because everyone is covering it. Every single person is like, oh, Johnny Depp this, Johnny Depp that. I'll tell you something interesting. Like, go on a stream where people are covering the trial and troll them a little bit. Like, oh, Amber is so sad. She just needs a shoulder to cry on. Look how sad Amber is. She just needs a hug. Chat, I can fix her. I can fix Amber. Oh my God, if you say that, you're going to notice how upset people get. You're going to notice how livid people get if you side with Amber on this trial. It is like something that I have found out, and it's my daily pleasure, because I, honest to God, do not give a flying fuck about this trial. I know that, yeah, like crazy views with this trial and all that. I do not find it as interesting. I mean, probably is for Johnny, but like, I don't know. It's not something I'm not to mention. My opinion, she will win, and she will not win just because patriarchy or matriarchy or whatever. She will win because it's so difficult to win a lawsuit that has to do with libel and slander, right? Because if she said like first of all, right, she didn't name drop Johnny in her initial accusations. And secondly, if she can prove that she was abused mentally, physically, or emotionally, like either one of these three, then she wins. Like, that is the standard that she has to do, right? Of course, the jury may hate her, so there's that. But from a legal standpoint, all right, like, her win condition is very easy to accomplish compared to Johnny's win condition. Like, already it's the balance is on her scale. Yeah, I mean, she should, but this is why they say, like, if you want to find justice, don't look at it in court, because that's the last place you're going to find justice. I don't find it interesting, but channels are exponentially growing covering it. Yeah, pretty much. Probably try to cover something about it tomorrow. I'll talk about things behind the scenes that you guys don't know, like what YouTubers have to say about it. So, for example, a lot of YouTubers have grown covering this, but most of the people that joined are women. So, like, a lot of women that probably never subscribed to these types of channels and then watch this content, now they're subscribing to the Johnny Depp trial, which is okay. But what's more interesting is that YouTube is demonetizing videos that have to do with Johnny Depp. So, on one hand, like, this is what women are interested in, because who would have thought that women like celebrity gossip? I mean, it takes me completely by surprise. Celebrity gossip, women, what? The bread and butter of tabloids, I know. But also, YouTube doesn't like that. So they're like demonetizing. Why is YouTube demonetizing? Well, because of the Me Too era, where you had a lot of higher-ups from various companies and politicians and important people and journalists getting Me Too'd. And they didn't like losing their jobs, which is why feminism was silently dropped. Like, notice no one talks about the patriarchy anymore and rape culture and stuff like that. Now it's all about the transgenderism. Why? Because, like, well, Jeff Bezos is never going to be accused of transphobia, so it's a lot easier. Hey, V, can't stay for this stream because work, but thank you for the you stay, Zanothium. Guys, catch Zanothium for me. Catch and tie him up. He's not allowed to leave. Mainstream media is being dominated by Amber Heard's PR team. I don't think that's the case, because I noticed a lot of mainstream media outlets siding with Johnny. Sure, you get like the occasional Amber Heard article, but like, I also think like they can't really do it, because I looked really hard, even like on the leftist community on Twitter. I couldn't find that many people that side with Amber. Like, they just don't exist. They're not in there. It's kind of like, I couldn't find like people who also sided with Hillary Clinton. Like, most people who voted for Hillary is because they didn't like Trump, but like, a person that legitimately like sided with Hillary and was like, hey, I like her because of such and such and such. Like these are her policies that I respect. Like most people that voted for Hillary was like, oh, Trump is xenophobic, he's racist, and blah blah blah. But like, I couldn't genuinely find like a Hillary Clinton supporter. You know, like someone's like, no, like she's a good candidate. And it's kind of the same right now. Like I can't find anyone that literally sides with Amber and is like, oh well, she's absolutely right. I mean, I'm Team Amber. Blah blah blah. Like those people just don't exist. Or if they do exist, they're not online. Public opinion sides with Jihadis, so the media is taking the turn to. Yeah, I mean, it's again like it's kind of difficult to push something if people don't want to. Like the whole woke ideology was being pushed on Ukraine. Sorry, on Ukraine, on Hungary for a while. Like back in the 90s, I believe they tried to push the woke ideology. Didn't work. Like the media was trying to blah blah blah. No one watched it. Like people tuned out. You can't force something. They tried to push social justice in Romania, like regarding the Roma ethnicity, but the Gypsies were like, no, we don't consider ourselves victims. Like we're very patriarchal. No, you're wrong, and it just doesn't work, right? So it's the same here. It's like the media can't push the Amber thing if people like again like women, right? Like women do not support Amber. I have seen people that are very left wing, like feminists and whatnot, and they say, we think that Amber is really hurting the cause because she is obviously lying about all of these things, so actual victims are going to find it more difficult to come out and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I mean, no one sides with her, at least not that I can see. You know, maybe there are some journalists from publications that are being paid to, or, you know, like ideologues that are thinking, oh, yeah, this article is going to resonate with people, but no. I don't know if this is my normal stream time. I mean, I will try to make it a lot more regular, but I got a hectic schedule is all I can say. The EU is trying to push woke ideology on Hungary right now. Yeah, it doesn't really work when you're close to a war zone, you know. Good luck saying, oh yeah, men are equal to women, and then you look at the nation next door, and the nation next door is saying, yeah, women are allowed to leave the country, men aren't. I don't know how you can, like, and women themselves, like, don't want to be equal in that situation. Like, who the fuck wants to stay in a war zone? You know, it's all nice and cool when it's about video games. Like, oh yeah, let's put a brave woman on the box of Battlefield 5. Surely that will sell more. Oh yeah, let's talk about women joining the military, blah, blah, blah. But when you literally have, like, an active conflict across the border, yeah, all of that shit goes away. You know, like, it brings a lot of reality into the conversation. What is your favorite shape? A pear. I like pear shape. Pear shape. Anyway, right. Let's talk about what we came here to talk about, because this was derailing a little bit. Where did I put them? My God, don't tell me oh, nah, here we go. Me, just, Chotomate. Alright, shut up. Shut up. Okay. So, Cambodian government. I love what the president deflower, get it? Because they're picking up flowers. Cambodian government begs people to stop picking rare carnivorous penis plants to pose in photos. It follows footage of women picking up the plant and holding them up to their faces. It's known as the carnivorous penis plant due to its appearance and feeding habits. Cambodian officials have asked the public to stop picking up the plants over fears that it might be driven to extinction. The country's Ministry of Environment, the plant will be ruined. The women can be seen excitedly gathering the plants. Wait, how do I turn this off? Because I don't want to trigger YouTube's algorithm and think that I'm actually showing a penis, because the plants really do look like that. So, give me a sec. All right, I think this is fine. Women can be seen gathering this excitedly and holding them up to their faces while comparing the likeness of different shapes and sizes. Like, I don't get it. Like, these plants probably existed for a while. Like, I don't think it's a new plant, right? And yet, like, women, um, they act like if it's a new thing, and they're picking them up and driving them to extinction. What are they doing is wrong and should not do it again in the future. You know, like, I kind of agree in a way, and I know that this is a little bit controversial, but, like, look, the plant is a living organism. I mean, it's not a piece of furniture, right? So, like, if you get, like, I'm not trying to create a movement to protect plants and shit, but what I am trying to say is that if you can avoid just for no reason killing something, like, maybe you should. I don't know, like, is it that controversial? Like, why do you pick it? Just to take a selfie and then throw it away? It makes no sense. Thank you for loving natural resources, but do not pick the flowers or they will be ruined. Apparently, like, they're being picked to extinction. That's another problem. Like, it's not just, like, the individual flower being ruined. It's like they're driving an entire species to extinction, according to the rulers of the Cambodian government. Yeah, making a plant go extinct for clout. According to Life Science, the name of the species is Nepenthes borokenosis. They're known as pitcher plants because they have modified leaves, known as pitfall traps. When you smell the pitcher, it smells sweet, just like candy. I see. So, it can reach 20 feet up to 7 meters. Wow. They grow into nutrient soil. It has a long tube that resembles a pitcher, and also it feeds on ants, so I guess, like, it's part of the ecosystem. Like, when you get the ants in your house and you go icky ew, like, well, now you know why. But like, there's something else that I found interesting. Also, speaking of flowers, let me see if I can find it on my Twitter. There was another person which brought it up. Give me just one sec. All right, here we go. So, apparently, don't tell me I delete. Yeah. Apparently, there was a poppy reserve which looked very beautiful, right? So, this was a reserve filled with poppy plants. And yeah, it does look beautiful, but a lot of people took selfies. Like, a lot of ladies took selfies, and one ass imprint at a time caused this amount of damage. I mean, this is something that I don't, like, look, this is one of those internet lores where you can't really know whether it's true or not, but, like, I can definitely believe it. I mean, if it's not something that I can say, no, come on, I don't believe that. No. Like, I literally believe that like, that hose over there went down here in order to take selfies and put that ass into the poppy fields and started, like, boom, 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 and one ass at a time until all these poppies were levied. Now, I gotta say, like, when I used to go out with my cat, like, my Bengal cat, I would go out at the restaurant and stuff, and I would have my cat on a leash, and the cat would just walk around the restaurant. It was kind of cool. It was outside, right? Like, an outdoor environment, not actually inside the restaurant. The patio, I guess you would call it. Yes, like the patio. So, every now and then there would be a thought, like a lady that was covered head to toe in makeup and expensive clothing, and she would want to take a picture with the cat. And I kept saying, it's like, oh, well, you know, like, if the cat wants to stay, then you can. And I had this woman just, like, on the ground. There was dust on the ground, like she was wearing a vest. Didn't give a single fuck. No, she wanted a picture with the exotic cat. And she just went down there in front of everyone, you know, laying on the ground like one of those French girls. And just started taking selfies with the cat. It's like, I like, have some decency, you know? Like, as long as the photo looks good, like, they're willing to demean themselves. Like, sitting literally in the dust where people walk on, using their expensive dress as a cheap broom. I don't understand it, but I guess it's a different culture that I'm not supposed to get. The terrace, yes, the terrace. But even if it's the terrace of a restaurant, right? It's still a place where people walk. Like, what are you doing? Just, I would have never sat down on it. My point, right? Like, I would never just flop down, and like she did it so naturally. You know, is Sarah J. Jacobson here? No, she can't be. She can't be. Is Sarah here? Oh my God, Sarah is here instead of watching Uni Luna. That's okay, Sarah. You know what? We're going to watch Uni Luna together, but towards the end of the stream. I think she's talking about the Amber trial. My God, like the Amber trial is probably the laziest content right now. You just pop up the stream, vroom, the viewers start watching. The dress is temporary. The image is forever. Oh well, until you get banned from Instagram. Let me see if I can find something like this. This was also very beautiful. I think this is going to be in This Week is Stupid, but you know what? You guys can get a sneak peek. Like, apparently, if you accuse Twitch of doing this, you get banned. But here you have a lady which actually states that she has done this. So, if you don't know, on Twitch, if you suggest that a moderator, like a Twitch moderator, is sleeping with women on Twitch in order to give them preferential treatment, you get banned if you imply that. But here you have this lady, which literally states that this is what she did. Not on Twitch, but on Instagram.
What's the sluttiest thing you've ever done?
Oh.
That's right, Gina. What is the sluttiest thing that she could have possibly ever done? Well, there's only one way to find out, Gina. What are we going to find behind door number 2?
Probably pretty recently, so I've gotten my Instagram taken down like 3 or 4 times.
No way!
One of my friends, he works at Instagram, he's a guy friend.
You know, I really don't get, like, why these companies don't just have an 18 plus rating, right? Like, just have an 18 plus rate. Like, clearly there's a market for it. Clearly people just want to see this. Just allow these ladies to do their thing.
And so I started sleeping with him to...
Just so you can understand, right? Like, she had her picture of Instagram taken down. So she found the guy that works at Instagram and started sleeping with him.
One of my friends, he works at Instagram, he's a guy friend. And so I started sleeping with him to have him get my Instagram back. And
That's fair.
yeah, and he did, which was really nice of him. So I went on his LinkedIn and I searched up all of his Instagram connections. So I stalked them on Instagram through my like my backup but still slutty account. So I found a couple to meet up with, and we met up, and like I fucked a couple of them, and I was able to get my account back like 2-3 times.
I love how cynical this whole shit is, right? Like, the way she talks about it like a business person, this is what I like the most. It's like, okay, look, I had the problem, right? Like, my business was tanking. Why? Because I lost my Instagram account. So what I did is, like, I found this Instagram moderator, and I fucked him. And then I went to his friends list, and I fucked them as well. And since that day, I had no problems on Instagram. You know, like, if you're a woman that is not of low moral fiber, like, you actually have some dignity. I know left and dignity, right? But, like, let's say you're a woman with dignity and you're looking at this, you're probably a little bit upset. It's like, why do I have to have my Instagram taken down? And she doesn't. Chat participation really grew during the last 2 minutes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, it's not a big brain. I mean, it doesn't require that mind in order to understand that what she did is very good from a financial point of view, from a business point of view. Like, she made friends and connections. Look, chat, in this industry, you gotta network. Like, this is the way you grow as a streamer. It doesn't matter if your content is good or not. It doesn't matter if your thumbnails are good or not. All you gotta know is how to network. And she definitely was good at connecting with people. This is why, you know, why secular societies fall apart. Do you not think that this can happen in any type of society? I remember, like, even in Saudi Arabia, where, you know, you got this more conservative, let's put it like, more conservative lifestyle. Like, there was this woman who accused the sheik of sleeping with other women, and she got prison for that. So, like the concept of women using their power to allure men, I don't think this is something that only happens in a secular society. I don't think like before people would be like, oh no, woman, stay away. I know you're sexually arousing me, but I have Jesus. I have Jesus. I'm not going to connect with you. Oh my God. All these women end up as unhappy. I don't know. I will tell you something though. I hope she doesn't have children. Because imagine being her kid. And 20 years from now seeing this, like, look what mommy did. Look what grandma did. Oh my God, look what grandma did when she was young. She fucked all these guys at Instagram. So that she can have like her Instagram account. By the way, I'm really curious, like, did our grandmas actually did this thing? Like, was there a time when our grandmothers actually did this? Because, like, we would never be able to know, right? They didn't have technology. They couldn't take selfies. They didn't have Instagram. Like, we don't know grandma's political hot takes. But now we do. We do because of all the technology. Like, think about it. Everything you do online, probably your kids are going to find it one day. Like, you could actually, right, if you're born today, 20 years from now, you can find out daddy's account and you can actually go and read everything he said, everything he posted, everything his shit posted. Right? Like, it would be problematic, I guess. That Instagram thought and Instagram moderator collabed in a deep way. Oh, yeah. Was it worth it? Like, a lot of people assumed that maybe she didn't like the Instagram moderator. What if the Instagram moderator was a legit Chad, though? What if the Instagram moderator was so hot he was actually irresistible, so she just got laid and at the same time she got her Instagram account back? Let me show you something. This meme, for some reason, is the most hilarious thing I have ever seen on the internet this year. It's like, tell me more about your job. And when you put the glasses on, shocking new video shows. The thing that I like, is the previous expose with Twitter, like, had the guy with the lisp, and he had like that whole gay accent going. And I was like, oh, is it this what Steven Crowder got in trouble with for saying that people who talk like that are queer? And then I realized, okay, well, hold on a little bit. He's at a date, right? But there's no woman, there's another man. So you gotta understand, like, there is someone working at Project Veritas who had to pretend he is gay in order to sit at the desk with that Twitter employee and expose him. Like, that is out there. Like, there is a person that had to pretend that he is gay just to get a Project Veritas expose. Or maybe they do hire gay people just for this, It's like, all right, well, let's see. Who's the target? It's a man. He's straight. Okay, well, send the Ushikushi lady. And then it's like, well, it's another man and he's gay. All right, we send the gay dude. What if it's a woman though? Like, did you notice they never interview women? Like, they never catch women with a hidden camera. Do you think like they have a macho man like a Sylvester Stallone in his prime to go and interview the ladies? Oh my God, yeah, the honeypot. That Twitter executive didn't get honeypotted. He got honey-dicked. Oh my God. Oh, dude. That honey-dicked. That is beautiful. I love it. By the way, speaking of yeah, someone sent me something. I'm not going to talk about it on stream. It goes against Pfizer's interests. But look at this. So Elon Musk trashes ESG, right? Like environmental social governance code, right? They don't like it when people talk about it. Like they prefer people don't know what ESG means, so that companies appear to care about social issues, and it's not that they're just giving lip service so that they can make bank loans, right? So Elon Musk, yeah, goes against ESGs, say he won't vote Democrat anymore, too hateful and divisive, and just other things, and all of a sudden he's accused of sexual harassment. Like, he has not been accused of sexual harassment in 30 years. And all of a sudden, oh yes, a flight attendant. You know what I don't believe? And I'll tell you, let's cut the crap. Let's cut the crap for 1 second. I don't think the richest man in the world can do sexual harassment. Dude, if you're that rich, you can literally have almost any woman you want. Like, why would he? And with a flight attendant, I just press X to doubt. I'm not saying it's impossible, but look, if Elon Musk came up to me and tried to sexualize me, I would be fine with it just because he is the richest man in the world. Like, I would be like, you know what? I just might be gay. But just for Elon, I mean, even if Jeff Bezos comes up to me and sexualizes me, I'll be like, I want to see the ring. I want to see the ring, Like, if there's no ring, there's no honey. But if you give me the ring, Jeff, if you put the ring on it, I might be gay. I just might be gay, Jeff. But I want to see the ring. Yeah, no, seriously, think about it. Just all dignity aside, right? We're talking about the richest man on planet Earth. I mean, you can do anything. Anything you want. Like, literally anything. You can go anywhere. You can go into fucking space. You can go into fucking space, chat. Dude, you can go underwater. Do you know that Jeff Bezos has a submarine? You can travel anywhere you want. I don't think you guys understand what that means. Like, you don't get a wrench. For a Mason Prime, yes, a Mason Prime. And then you can divorce. By the way, like, gay marriage, right? You marry Jeff Bezos, you file a divorce, you get half his shit, chat. You get half his shit. You don't even need to take half his shit. Like, you can get a 1/10 of his shit and you're set for life. This is what I'm saying. Like, people didn't really think about it. But no, like, if it's Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk, yeah, you might be gay. Only one submarine. No, but like, seriously, I don't even think you would lose dignity over it. It's the richest man on earth, It's like, some person can be like, oh, V, but like, isn't that making you gay? It's like, yeah, but it's like the richest man on earth. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, richest man on earth. Ah. Unless it's like into some deranged shit, like that might actually be problematic. Like 50 Shades of Grey, torture dungeon type of thing. CBT, okay, fine, like, I don't think I can go through that. But again, like, you only have to get married, stay married for a year just for appearance sake, and then, like, file a divorce and you get half his shit. Unga bunga. You just need to smash, just smash a little bit. Richest publicly known man, ooh. Yeah, that is correct. Richest publicly known man. I don't think, though, like, you can have that level of wealth and not be known publicly. Like maybe, like, if you're the dictator of some country, like Kim Jong-un, maybe Putin, like, maybe they have, like, a lot of wealth that they don't declare, like, who knows. But even then, it's like, well, if you're like the richest man on earth that's not publicly known, like you got a lot of money from other sources, can you really enjoy it? Like, can you have fun? Like, knowing you got black money? Like, I need a sound effect for the clapping. Okay, listen. All right. There we go. Enough money buys anonymity. No, you can't. You can't. Like, look, if you have like Elon Musk level of money, like people will notice. There's no way that you can have that amount of cash and like no one knows. Hello, Ezekiel. How very rogue you are. Most billionaires want anonymity. I mean, well, there was a scandal with Elon, right? Some guy was tracking his plane, and he was very upset about it. Which I kind of get. I mean, I wouldn't want someone tracking my car. Like, even if it was legal, you know, like someone just tracks your car, goes around the city, follows it, and stuff like that. I get it, but I wouldn't... I wouldn't be comfortable with that that information existing, right? Alright, so there's something else. Like, every now and then you find, like, a Twitter post from a right-winger that's kind of bizarre, to say the least. And unfortunately, it got taken down by Twitter's trust and safety. So it violated the Twitter's... I really hate this, because I used to laugh at it like it was so fucking hilarious. But, okay, so... This gentleman called Alpha Masculinity. I don't know who Alpha Masculinity is, but like I guess they have 20,000 followers, so maybe they are kind of popular or whatever. Claims that women should not be allowed to ride horses because it gives them an orgasm. And he had like some very interesting images with like women riding a horse, and they said that because the woman's genital is situated between her legs, she can't ride a horse without getting that genital massaged, and because of that, she's going to have an orgasm while riding the horse. I mean, you know, this is the same logic that, like, riding a tractor while a guy can cause vibrations into your ass and massage the prostate, and that's gay, right? Like, I have seen women riding horses that they're not moaning in ecstasy. I gotta wonder, like, did they write this type of thing, like, knowing that it's going to get people outraged? Like, I'm not... Sorry about that. I'm not even outraged. It's just, like, it's hilarious. Like, how can you... Like, the only way you can think like that is if you don't have a vagina or never seen a woman riding a horse. Like, women do not moan in ecstasy while riding the fucking horse. You know, this is also what... people in Saudi Arabia used to say why women can't drive cars, because like the car vibrations makes them moan. Like, how do you come up with it? Like, what? Why? No, seriously, like, I would like to know how he came about this idea, because it's not something that like most people think about. It's like, okay, well, if she sits on a motorcycle and the motorcycle goes like she's going to just have an orgasm. I will post links and evidence at the very end. I write this as another blah blah blah. Further evidence that this is a woman's ability to have multiple orgasms in a short amount of time. Women can also be sexually satisfied without orgasm, which means a man can play and have sex with a wife for any length between 5 minutes to an hour. Dude, if I go an hour with my wife, she is going to be bored at one point, but not even that, like, it's going to start hurting because of the friction. I mean, this is something that most porn actors have a problem dealing with, because, like, when you take the shoot, if it doesn't come out right, you have to do it again. So, like, if you were to have sex with a woman for an hour, like, I'm without any breaks, okay? Like, if there's breaks, it's different, but, like, if there's no breaks, she's going to experience mild discomfort. The point is, women are easily stimulated and aroused through almost any part of their body. They should be careful of what they do and activities they take part in. Like, how does he know as a man, though? Like, how does he know that if that if you're a woman and you stand on a horse, you're being most women aren't even into bestiality. They would probably feel uncomfortable if they did this. No, Sarah, and there's people in the chat that literally believe this. I gotta say, like, if you believe that a woman rides a horse in order to get an orgasm, you have never been around women before. Like, you only read about this in a study. You read it in a study, didn't you? You read it in a paper, probably next to teenage guys aren't interested in boobs anymore. Probably that type of study. The thing is, like, I actually know several women that ride horses. None of them ever experienced like a sexual pleasure in it. It's just like, happy World Bee Day. I am back up, 12 hives and doing great. Are you a beekeeper now, Bree? Is that what you're doing? Have you heard of the dog pill? Yeah, but like that's something else. That's completely different. That's not the woman riding a horse. That's the dog riding a woman. I'm just saying, you know. They like controlling someone stronger than them. Man, like, okay, let's put it this way. All right, let's make a study saying that men who ride horses are probably gay because they like the vibration that the horse gives to their prostate. And it's usually weak men that like to control horses because horses are muscular and stronger than them. So it's like the weak man that likes to control the strong horse. Do you disagree? Oh, well, then you're just not educated. Like, this is a myth that's actually true. Not sure why I'm actually interested in this idiotic conversation. It is idiotic. You know, it's like you just take something that kind of sounds right and you put a little spin on it and then you make it sound like it's got a study and some research and there you go. Oh, you've been a beekeeper for 5 years? That's kind of cool. What do your neighbors think? Like, aren't your neighbors annoyed because of the bees? I really hated, like, whenever I went to a hotel or something and there was a beekeeper nearby and, like, you were infested with bees. Horses are pretty hot. Okay, Vosh. Okay. Just know that I'm being very inclusive here, you know? Even Vosh fans are welcome. As long as you give super chats, like everyone is welcome here. Explain the harpoon. I don't know what does horses have to do with harpoons? Anyway, right. I'll send you to the owl now, and we're going to watch her stream for like 15 minutes or so, because I usually stream for 1 hour. Well, let's see what she talks about the Johnny Depp. Give me a second. Where's the owl? Here we go. Let's rate someone. Let's rate someone, chat. I wish YouTube would actually have the rating function. I find it really cool, like when you watch a streamer that you like, and then they end the stream and they send you to someone that they think you'd also like watching. You don't have to search for content yourself. Let's see what's so I noticed that Amber is on the stand again, and what I noticed is that she doesn't wear any eyeliner when on the stand. It's probably because she expects to cry. Did you notice that, right? Like, she usually has eyeliner, but when she's on the stand, she goes without makeup. I mean, she goes with as little makeup as possible, and she also doesn't use eyeliner.
When the police officers were there, did either of them take you aside by yourself?
There's also like nothing there.
Yes. Which one? Or both?
Hey V, did you watch any unknown anime as a kid? In Latin America, we had Slayers and Zenki. I used to watch Macron 1, and there was a lot of Transformers like anime back then, and Sailor Moon.
Penthouse 3, the main penthouse.
Like everywhere.
Do you know what Uni said last stream? Like, she said something incredibly smart. She pointed out how domestic violence can happen between men and women, and it's just different, right? So, like, men can be physical, and the worst thing that they can do is, like, a man can, be so violent that he ends up killing his wife, which obviously is something that can happen. But the woman, like, they do different type of domestic violence. So the one that they do is when they manage to get the man isolated from his entire circle of friends, get the man fired, excommunicated from society to the point that the man just wants to buy a Gillette razor. You know? When she framed it like that, I was like, holy shit. And she framed it on Twitch as well. Like,
was
was
how
it
long were you with
Set
the
for Mines?
officer when she took you aside?
Except for it's nowhere
A
near
few
Oregon.
minutes, if that.
And as a result of that, did you talk?
Your Honor is shitting the bed. The client. The thing with shitting the bed, like I really loved it when they went through it to the trial. Like Amber tried to saying that the shit wasn't from her, it was from the dog. And then it went to Johnny's lawyer, and he shows like, okay, this is the shit, and it was like a massive one on the pillow. And then this is the dog, and the dog was like so tiny, like the shit was twice the size of the dog. And there was like no physical way that thing came out of the dog. Like it was impossible.
So Josh walked
Eugene is
the
industrial, I think.
officers through the house.
Roseburg is industrial.
And what, if anything,
Yeah, farmlands
did
and
you
woods.
say about the identity of Mr. Depp?
Oregon is God's country.
Nothing.
It's a bunch of trees.
Were you
Eugene has
asked?
no industry? Oh, does it?
Yes.
But you refused to tell them?
Objection reading.
I don't remember. I know there's like a college there. There's like a
Why did
university.
you refuse to tell
Yeah,
the police
College
officers
town.
Mr. Depp's identity?
I guess that's all it is.
Because I
it's
didn't-
By the way, please click the link and join Yudi's stream if you want to hear what she says.
Not want this to happen. I did not.
It's in the pinned comment. Just click the pinned comment to be a favor, and then you can post it in her chat as well.
And according to the list of bearable
I
places
just
in the
refuse
States,
to
yeah, just
cooperate.
not Portland. Not Portland, Oregon.
Now, approximately how long were the police officers there?
I don't recall exactly. Maybe
Is it expensive even to live in a small Oregon town? Oh, fuck yeah,
I'd
dude.
say less than half an hour.
Housing is
I
so
really don't know
fucking...
exactly, but they weren't there very long at all.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pause this.
No, don't
So
pause this.
basically,
You're ruining my
housing
content.
in Oregon is so expensive is because there's like these mandates that or there's like legislation that tells you how many houses are allowed to be built in like specific areas and shit. Housing everywhere sucks. Housing everywhere might suck, but in Oregon it's worse because there's like there's all of these rules about how many houses you're allowed to put places, how much like
Oh yeah, that's actually a thing that's happening in California now. So California now, you know, all of them vote left, and all of them are progressives, and all of them care about the marginalized people. Until someone wants to say, all right, well, let's build a housing project. Let's make something for the poor. And when that happens, all of the people in the area goes like, no, don't do that. All of a sudden, they become right-wingers. You know, every time it's like, no, we're actually going to be like hardcore capitalists now. Like, no, the poor can build somewhere else. Brigargi, thank you for the $5. I ride, and this idea is asinine. It's fucking hard to do, and you think about 50 other things all the time. Number one, attempting to control a 1,200 labs animal. Well, you usually train him since a pony. Like, that's how they do it, from my understanding. And that's how you train elephants as well. Because, like, an elephant obviously is much stronger than a human. But you train it as a baby. And then it will listen to you just because it has always listened to you.
thank you for this from the pain.
Oh my god, we're watching Hobbs. Like, I sent you guys to watch the Amber trial, and now she is betraying me. She's showing you, like, Hobbs in California.
Housing is really hard to come by in Oregon, and it's
Do not click the Vox video,
not
Yudi.
easy to like get a house built
Do
in
not
Oregon
click the
than
Vox
it is
video.
in other places.
Look, people in her chat are complaining. Do not click the Vox video.
Our self-defense laws are wild. Like if someone walks up and punches you, you shove them away and run. You're also guilty of misdemeanor assault. Or oh my god, dude, fucking Oregon, like people are allowed to like stand outside your house and just watch you, and you can't do anything because they're not like technically doing anything.
Yudi, show me on this doll where Oregon touched you. Why is she so, like, fixated with Oregon? Isn't that like the Orange County in California now?
Murderous clown during the killer clowns incident or whatever.
How did we get to that?
There were some like punk ass high schoolers that thought it'd be funny to like dress up in clown costumes and
I mean, that was probably hilarious.
fuck with people. And so they would like dress up as clowns and shit and like stand outside people's houses and stare, and the police weren't allowed to do anything.
I mean, it is legal, right?
It was so fucking dumb. It was so fucking dumb.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You'd have probably done it. You'd have probably done it. Like, every 4th channel would have probably done it at that point.
Staring at you, right?
Like, take into account there was no internet back then. That's how people used to have fun. You dress up as a clown and you sit in front of someone's house. Menacingly.
Getting attacked by a bum. The cops wanted to arrest me for public disturbance along with the bum. Oh my god.
Yeah, thumb the club. Yeah, that's a good point.
I think it depends on the area too, though. Like different areas have different laws. One time I lived in like a weird.
Why do these anime VTubers sound the same? Why are you a racist, man? Why the fuck are you a racist? So there never was a good old time. Yeah, there probably never was. That realism sucks. So how about old time religion? Oh, well, you know, gathering around the bonfire and talking about Thor was probably cool.
He came to our house and he stood outside our front door, scratching the door with his pants down.
What the fuck?
And we called the police and everything. And the cop like told us point blank. He was like, "Yeah, you gotta tell them to leave. They're not allowed on the property. And if they come into your house, you can shoot them."
Jesus!
Going and
Is that America?
different chances. Like if they come into your house or whatever, just shoot them.
Oh my fucking god!
It's like, yeah, okay. Thanks for the heads up, officer.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine, like, someone just scratches at your door, right? Like, probably a person that's not in their entire mental space. And you open the door and they come inside and you're like, you know, like, isn't that a little bit of an escalation?
When they left the house, but I guess they.
What if you shoot them and then drag them in? I'm just.
Of all these police officers pointing their guns at our chicken coop. It's kind of fucking funny.
This VTuber had a very interesting lifestyle. Police officers pointing the guns at the chicken coop. What the fuck?
A law in mind. Was I bending over?
Well, if you can't hear her, maybe you should go over to her stream. Maybe you should do that.
Well, I think maybe that'd be like a different situation, right? Because if you have another person in the house and they're being attacked like that, then I'm guessing, like, I would feel like reasonably, it's probably not true considering how the law works, but I feel like because the other person's life is in immediate danger that it would be allowed to shoot them from, like, the back like that.
You know, it's kind of interesting, like, dressing up as a clown and sitting in front of someone's house. Oh my god, that is so horrible. A man scratching at your door, which is clearly insane. Yeah, if he comes into your house, it's okay to shoot the second.
He didn't tell us to falsify evidence, but he was like, make sure they're in your house when you shoot them. Like,
Jesus fucking Christ. You know, like, I can see why some people hate the cops in the US if that's what they say.
reasonable defense, right? But he was like, if they're in your house and you shoot them while they're facing towards you, it's like, well, you can say anything, right?
Yeah, you'd probably have Hassan Piker and Vosh have like 12-hour streams explaining why you're a murderer and should be locked up in prison.
No one's gonna find it. You should still report them just in case. Poland has the highest number of strip clubs per capita. What? And don't let them get. The cops say to shoot to kill here. You can say it's defense because you thought your life was in danger. Yeah. Yeah, that's something.
Look at the chat. Look at the chat. The absolute state of the chat. Getting shot by Uni. Pog.
Pointing your gun at them? Like, you only point your gun if you're ready to kill them, right? But if you are going to...
Oh, look at her knowing her trigger knowledge. What do you call it? Trigger safety. Yeah, trigger safety. You only put the gun... You only point the gun at someone if you want to shoot.
Isn't allowed here. Shooting to injure is stupid. I mean, ideally you don't want to kill people, right? Like, ideally, you don't want to...
See, this is my favorite content, chat. Like, seeing an anime girl talk about this shit is the most wholesome thing ever. Like, an anime girl talking about American culture.
Right? And if you want to get, like, greedy about it, then maybe you could, like, sue them for damages and stuff. But shots are technically legal in my state, but even... don't... No! But even when I was training as an armed security guard, told us not to monitor... Yeah.
No, I won't fix the holes.
Well, cripple them for life! Oh my, you don't speak for them. Ideally, you kill them because they're threatening your life. Ideally, ideally you can get out of the situation without taking somebody's life, I think.
See, she's also nice. Like, she's harsh, but she is fair.
Yeah, ideally, other people won't put me in a self-defense situation. Someone breaks into my property and threatens me, then I would want to kill him. Honestly, you always shoot to kill because...
You know, that's an interesting thing, right? Like, self-defense, I mean, she's probably uncomfortable because she's on Twitch and she doesn't want to talk about these things. But, like, in every culture that I can think of, even, like, in authoritarian cultures, like, self-defense is always encouraged. And it's not just encouraged to defend yourself, and because, like, I mean, the sense of self-preservation is going to be higher than whatever rules mankind have. But it's also to dissuade people from putting others into a situation where they have to do self-defense.
I get shot, they'll break into my house and force me to burn you under my mango trees. But in a legal sense,
She is a pioneer in this sort of content, that is true.
and if they die from being shot in the leg, then they die from being shot in the leg. But the idea behind it, the motivation behind it, is to not have to kill the person. Emily?
Uni is a harsh but a merciful god.
Or to kill the enemy. Yep. No? Yeah, but that's not what the lawyers will argue, and that's where the long-term pain comes from.
Have you guys followed her? Like, seriously, if you follow her, you get, like, a nice notification. Why have I been unfollowing her? That's so weird. Oh, because I'm not logged in. Okay, now that makes sense.
You wanna fucking look at people and have no idea what they're gonna do? Like, you look at regular people, right, and you have no idea what they're gonna do. But then you look at drug addicts, and they'll just, like, strip down and start painting themselves with mud. Like, that's fucking insane.
How many drug addicts are in the US? Like, every time, you know, the conversation of a home invasion drops, it's like, oh, but what about the drug addict? But what about... How many of them are there? They're very rare in my country.
Just wait until their dirtbag family sues you for killing the person's child. The drug addict that broke into our house
What the
was
fuck?
being chased by, like, one of his brothers with a gun. And I don't remember now if it was the guy being chased or if it was the brother with the gun that killed their mom, but I guess,
What?
I guess one of them killed their mother.
How do you get yourself into these fucked up situations, Yuri?
That's why I stay as far away from them as possible.
Like, she's literally a shot in. Like, she doesn't go outside her house, right? She says this on her stream. Like, she's... How do you get yourself into these situations by literally just sitting in your house?
Show up at our house tripping? Oh man, I like thrift shopping, so I remember thrift shopping in bad areas in Oregon and seeing people that are obviously hopped up on something. And they're just like tripping, man.
I don't think she's lying. Like, you know, look, and I'll tell you why. Because I 36 years of experience, right? And I have followed a lot of people, and I know what people are like. Like, usually when people are like, they embellish the story, like it's something extraordinary. But like, she does, it's like, oh, why I like window shopping in Oregon. Like, that can't be a lie, you know? Or, oh, I don't go out. Like, why would she lie about stuff like that? It doesn't make you cool or anything.
Like, I guess if you've lived in like a very sheltered environment, you'll have less stories than me. But like, when you live in like bad areas and stuff, like I barely left the house, so I don't have nearly as many. Shut up. I don't have nearly as many stories as other people, right? Like I had other people.
See, I don't get it. Like, I had 200 people watching, and now just 135. Like, I like to think that most of you went and see Uni, rather than just, like, found the content to be boring. I thought we were going to watch a Amber Heard trial, which is why I went, like, okay, well, we're going to listen to some Uni, but now she's talking about houses and home invasion and shit.
He had walked into her house, and he was drinking milk. He had taken her gallon of milk out of the fridge and was like drinking it while watching her television. Found your channel from Little Bridgetoll, and I like listening to content like this. Well, welcome. And thank you, Mr. Bridgetoll. Is that me I'm thinking of?
Aww.
Thank you so much for the sub. Oh man, that one stream though was just crazy. If you want stories, if you want to be like a YouTuber or whatever, and you want an infinite supply of story times, just go live around junkies. Because also in that area, there was like this RV. Somebody mentioned RV and reminded me of this. Guys, I think it's about there's this guy living in an RV down the road, right? And like technically you're not.
Oh goddamn.
Like, you're on the booth.
Anyway, right. Click on the link if you want to be educated about trigger discipline. I'll be in the chat with her. Not on her stream, in the chat, because I want to watch her content. I think she's going to be streaming for 1 more hour, and it's nice content. You know, you get to see things that are from a different perspective. An anime girl telling you about home invaders and drug addicts. I mean, how can you not like that? So click the link into the pinned comment. If you follow her, you get like a brig, and it stops her from speaking, which is also nice. Thank you guys for watching, though, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.